Hey, welcome everyone to the conversation Outspoken Opinionated. Of course, I am your host, Edwin Maya. If you aren't watching us, we are on Facebook, The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. We are on YouTube, The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. And of course, we are on Spotify podcast, The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated, and as well as Apple Podcasts, The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. So everybody, it's another Thursday here. We're in the studio. We are jamming. We're having a great time. The week has actually been great. I think I woke up this morning with telling myself it's gonna be a good day. It's going to be a good day. And for the people know, y'all listening because it's ready. It's going to be a good day. Somebody said, okay, pajamas. Girl, stop. But anyway, welcome to the conversation again. Of course, I'm the host, Edwin J. Maya. We're here for another variety show. So today our conversation is going to be all over the place, but I promise we're going to get it together. I said thank you for watching us. For those who have been supporting us, we say thank you as well. Again, the cups are still here. This is the black one. We have the orange one. We have the black one, like I said. We have sky blue, burgundy, and navy blue. So if you want to order the mug, please, you can DM us on Instagram. You can send us a message on Facebook, and we will let you know how to get it out to you. We're having an issue with our commerce site. So basically what we've done is people DM us. The mugs are $19.99. It includes, okay, here is your burgundy. I just want you to know your burgundy. I'm going to take it off from the pile. Your burgundy is here. I'll move it away. And so you can email us. You can send us an email to e.jcollections@gmail.com as well. Whatever way you want, we will let you know. We will mail it to you. We'll get it up to you. And so that's it. Burgundy, yes, ma'am. Your burgundy, I took it off the pile. Your burgundy is here. So the week has been great. Conversation is doing good. We had a great morning with the team. We've been going at different topics and stuff like that. And so we have a really good show for you guys. We have packed down list of things that we're going to discuss today. It's going to be great. Again, we are back with our variety show. So it's going to be a good time. So, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. So, of course, like I said, this is the variety show. So this is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be giving you guys insight on a lot of things that happen. But before we go further, I just want to drop this picture so y'all can just tell me what y'all think. So I just going to drop this, okay? I just going to drop this picture and I'm just going to sit back and just look at it. That's all I'm going to do. Because y'all already know I am a huge Real Housewives fan. Potomac is my second favorite falls after Atlanta. So I start from Atlanta, Potomac, and then the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Those are my three top housewives that I watch. And so this is a cast. The girls were serving last week Thursday. If you didn't know, last week Thursday, the Real Housewives of Potomac, that include Dr. Wendy Osefo, includes Candice Bassett, Mrs. Swan Dixon, Karen Huger, Giselle Bryant, Mia Thornton, Sharice Jackson. It was just the list the ladies served. And so, I just wanted to pay homage to the queens. I just feel last Thursday, if I was where they were, I would just be like, Like, it is just delicious. Like, if you got the time, go find them pictures because we need to know. Because I'm sorry, y'all already know. I'm just trying to say Dr. Wendy and Candice. My top three is Dr. Wendy, Candice, and of course the Grand Dame, Karen Huger. I don't care what people say. I just say they give. So just look at those pictures. I just want you to take it in. That's the reunion look. But without further ado, let's just, we're talking. We're having a great conversation. So next up, we want to talk about this because y'all stress me out. Then people on Beyond. So what I'm trying to understand is y'all got on the woman's network, y'all got on the woman's internet and tried to drag her. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Y'all got on the woman's network, the woman internet. The Beyonce's internet. So Beyonce internet had people who wanted to drag her. Y'all talking about Beyonce. Now that's why I said Beyonce and her 24 million. I was trying to understand what were y'all upset about. Because T.S. Madison said most of y'all LGBTQI people go to Dubai. So I was trying to understand why is it that the Queen Bee couldn't go to Dubai and put up a good show to collect her 24 million so she can pay her bills and put her kids in them good school that they wear her fashion. I was trying to understand that. That y'all had the audacity to go on Beyonce's internet and try to drag her. And y'all were lucky them beehives were chilling. Because I think what happened was the beehives were so consumed. They were so consumed with the art. They were so consumed of the level of art that she gave them because they were already struggling to find videos and struggling to find what happened that they didn't even have time to even deal with y'all. So it was common people like us who's aren't like part of the beehive that was like, you're kidding me. So y'all are telling me that this woman should have said no to $24 million to perform at the Atlantis Hotel. So if you don't know what happened, last weekend Beyonce was given she was paid $24 million to perform at the Atlantis, the opening of this extravagant Atlantis Hotel in Dubai. Invitation to her show was top tier. I mean, she gave out her invitation to people that she wanted. I mean, we saw like, there were top tier people who were there. Terrence J was there. I think if I'm not mistaken, Nia Long or some other people was there. But I mean, it was top tier. And so you have people who are saying that how can she go and perform at a country where they have legislation against gay people and all that kind of stuff. If you look at it there, the lady paid homage to the women. She literally paid homage to the women of Dubai. She paid homage to these women. And so I'm trying to understand why them letters people, God, I didn't mean to say that. But why them people were so upset? You got on Beyonce's internet to drag her. Y'all got some guts. Y'all brave. Like it's like you walk into this person's house and try to drag them. Like who does that? Who does that? Who goes in somebody's house and try to drag them? But anyway, y'all got what you deserve. That's why I like what T.S. Madison said. Like, why are you doing this? Like, who gave you all the right to say where somebody should go and where they shouldn't go? This canceling thing needs to stop. Like, y'all literally need to stop this canceling thing. When somebody does something, everybody run, let's cancel them. Let's cancel them. You forget to realize that when you cancel this person, you are taking food out of other people's table. You are literally taking money out of people's pocket. She has a whole team. She has an entire team that she has to pay, the dancers, everybody. There are people that have to eat. There are people that have kids. So when you guys are canceling people for this culture, y'all need to stop. And I'm sorry. Y'all just need to stop. There are letters, the LGBTQI or whoever these people that decided to, go on because they be getting on Beyonce's internet and just change all kinds of stuff. That's just wrong. Like, this is just wrong. Like, she can do whatever she wants, and we need to let people know that, and that is the problem. I think the problem is these people who are now behind the Twitter and the Instagram, their fingers, they be flexing their fingers muscle. They can say whatever they want. She's Beyonce. She can do whatever she wants. Like, does she have a song that says, I'm gonna do whatever I don't say that? I think they do. So y'all need to stop. Okay, y'all cannot be getting on Beyonce's internet and be acting a fool. Now, I want to talk about this because this is extremely important. So the Trans Cultural Mindfulness Alliance, apparently I believe they are from Norway. First of all, I didn't even know they were the LGBTQI legislatures. That was the first problem I had to understand. I was trying to understand that who are these people who are now becoming the LGBTQI Congress people? They want to go back to 1968 to say that the song Natural Woman, sang by Auntie Riri, Aretha Franklin, is transphobic. It doesn't inspire because there is nothing as a natural woman since they have trans women. And I'm going to say this. And I know some people are going to get upset. You're probably going to cancel me too. My mom is a natural woman. She has a uterus. She has the organs. She's a woman. She was born a woman. My sister, my cousins, my female cousins, and they're women. Y'all need to stop. This is what y'all need to do. Y'all just need to stop. Because y'all taking it, y'all just doing all kinds of stuff. This is what y'all just doing all kinds of stuff. Y'all just looking for attention. So now apparently when the trolls came for them, they won't say, oh, we were just playing. So now they are claiming that they are not a party account. The Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance is a low sapphire group, and they were joking. No, you are not joking. Because this is what y'all do. And I will say this, and I don't care what people say. I know there's a group of white people behind this. I know there's a group of white people sitting out in a room because they're always sitting in a room looking for a way to attack black people. And I don't care what you say. I know it's a group of white people. Because their last week rants, they realized that nobody didn't care. Like, y'all lucky Aretha Franklin's not around. That will bless y'all. Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance. That will bless y'all. What bless y'all is Aretha Franklin, Auntie Aretha is not around, so y'all got it easy. Y'all got it from us. Because y'all know her. She would have gotten on the little Twitter, the little Instagram, the little YouTube, and she would have tell you to shut your ass down. Sit down and shut up. They got girls who dance to that song. Like, I'm going to drag their brunch where the girls dance to that song. They come out and they do that thing for that song. So I was trying to understand, where did this Congress, like what room were they sitting in? Like, where is this Congress located? The legislature, the LGBTQI people that sit and they came and concord and they said that, you know what, we need to get rid of that. Yep, this canceling thing needs to stop. The canceling thing needs to stop. Like, y'all just need to stop. LGBTQI, stop. Let's just stop this. Let's just focus on the things that bring equity, the things that bring equity to us, the equity that that you can do that. But I'm sorry. I am sorry. That song ain't got nothing on y'all. Nothing. Y'all just need to stop. Okay? We need to stop. We need to just enjoy our lives, and y'all just need because y'all took it too far. That's what I'm just gonna say. Y'all were brave. Y'all went Aretha Franklin. That's where y'all went. Okay. Well, I guess y'all realized that it was a joke, and now y'all took the tweet down, but y'all forgot to understand that whatever you put on the internet is going to be on the internet. I ain't going nowhere. So we don't see that stuff. We don't mind that stuff. Y'all going to come back and say something, and then we're going to laugh at y'all because that's what's going to happen. Y'all the ones who be creating these, setting up other people who already have issues, and their issues aren't met because of people like y'all. Y'all, whatever your name is, Trans Multi Alliance, whatever you are, y'all the people who do stuff like this because y'all create these scenarios where people go and look down on these people, and then because y'all just create stupid stuff that ain't make no damn sense, and now other people got to suffer for it. That will happen. But we'll leave y'all alone. We'll come back to y'all another time. Y'all better figure out your life out. So go make your Congress for the LGBTQI group. Okay. So let's give a backstory. There are a lot of people who don't give a backstory. So last April, Nene Leakes sued Bravo, the parents company, as well NBC, and Andy Cohen, who is the executive director of the Real Housewives franchise. She sued them against Bravo, NBC, Universal, and Andy Cohen. True Entertainment as well, Truly Original. She sued everybody. She brought all of them together in one group and she sued them because she for defamation of violating employment anti-discrimination. She said that she has been discriminated upon. She pointed it out that her co-worker at that time, what I would say, one of the ladies who was on the show with her, Kim Zolciak Behrman, was extremely racist. She brought it up to production. She brought it up to the company. Nobody said anything about it. Nobody talked about it. Everybody just left it alone. And so she sued him. Well, the case, of course, it's been settled. That means they came to a judgment. They sat down behind closed doors with the judge, Nini's team, Bravo's team, NBC, Universal, all of them sat down. They came to a conclusion. According to allaboutthetea.com, Nini walked away with $4.5 million. They're calling it a hush money. Sister Nini, girl, yeah, you be all right. It's a $4.5 million to me. You got $4.5 million? We're going to see other people coming up soon. I guarantee you there's going to be other people from the Housewives franchise who are going to start saying something. But the real reason why why the case was dismissed was because Bravo has a contract agreement between the ladies on the show and Bravo, which literally states that they cannot sue. Because, a lot of things could happen. They could get drinks thrown up at them, like Mia did with, what's her name, Dr. Wendy the other day. You can get tables flipped on you. We saw a couple of years back where Apollo jumped Kenya's friend and dragged him on TV. We saw Kenya being dragged. So there are so many things that can happen on the show. So there's a way. So there's some sort of liability clause that the network has that basically states that they can't sue the network. And so that is that is why the case, they had to settle. But the fact of the matter is, she got her money. She got her money and she's good. She got her $4.5 million and she's good. And, and people are stating that, there might be shows coming up for her. There's so many things might be coming up for her on the pipeline with this money. But I think she can expand her Lenithia lounge. She can do her swag boutique. There are so many things that she can do with $4.5 million. And I think she has shown herself to be very business savvy. We haven't heard anything negative when it comes to her businesses. So I think, her lounge, we haven't heard anything negative in the press, So I think this would be great. I know, our brother, our Liberian brother, Yoni, can enjoy his life a little bit. There's so many things that can happen with $4.5 million. So, I'm super excited for Madam Leaks. And I think, this is great. And like I said, I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if we hear something coming out from Potomac. If we hear something coming out, because we've been hearing about the colorism. If you haven't heard, there has been some kind of colorism thing going on where the girls will say certain things, where there are certain things that Wendy or Candace will do, and the other ladies will look at them a certain kind of way. But if the other ladies do it, it's okay. Like we can go back to the whole situation with Candace and Monique. It was frowned upon. But when Mia threw a drink at Dr. Wendy and attacked Dr. Wendy, everybody didn't say nothing. So it's just what it is. But anyway, yeah, so I know something is going to be coming up soon. But anyway, allegedly, according to the blogs, Ms. Leaks has received her $4.5 million settled with Bravo. And it's a good day, sis. Enjoy. So, I have been, so we said, Ms. Leaks, enjoy. Again, this is The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. If you aren't following us, we ask you to go to YouTube, The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. We ask you also to go to Facebook, like us, follow us, go to Instagram. We've been posting a lot today. We've been giving you guys a lot of information. So many things have happened today, and we're going to talk about it. But one of the main things that I was pondering upon this week, a couple of weeks ago, and I found this. I wanted to share this with people, with my viewers. I wanted to share with the people who watch the show and stuff like that. And it was basically in relations to sexuality and spirituality. And why this. I would tell you that I came across an article. There was a random article about this lady who was talking about her experience with sexuality and spirituality. And if you don't understand what your sexuality is, your sexuality is your gender falls into your sexuality. Your sexual preference falls into your sexuality. Your sexual identity falls into your sexuality. Your spirituality is your reference to whatever power it is. So your spirituality could be Christian, your spirituality could be Hinduism, your spirituality could be Jewish, your spirituality could be whatever higher power that you believe in. And as somebody who has spent a lot of time in the church, or somebody who has spent a lot of time around people who around sexual conversations, spirituality conversations, you realize that those things most often don't connect. And I would say this in this way where, they're both powerful forces. Both can offer lenses through which to process the complex and often mysterious with this mysterious world that we live in. There's so many things that will happen with sexuality and spirituality. But I came across this article that I was reading when it comes to sexuality and spirituality was because this article talks about this young lady who lives in Washington, D.C. She attends a church. And she goes to the church, and when she went into the bathroom, there is a bowl sitting right there with condoms in it, in the church bathroom. And it tickles her because she didn't understand. Like, you've never seen that before, where you go to a church. I've never seen it. I've never seen condom being given out at church. I ain't never seen that before. And so I think for her, that was extremely, that was really, 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 I won't say confusing, but that was like, maybe I would say powerful. That was something that she couldn't understand. That was really, 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 what I would say, powerful. That was extremely, intriguing to her. And so I would say for all my life, I believe that this false narrative that, you have to choose, between the spirituality and your sexual self, you have to choose between it and stuff like that. And so it takes the meaning, and it's my opinion, it takes the meaning, the understanding of where your sexuality and the spirituality. People have created this thing where, both of them cannot fit in the same space, which I think is wrong. And it's misleading. It's misleading because I believe a sexual person can also have a personal relationship with a higher power. I think someone's sexuality doesn't stop the spiritual experience with their God. And I will put it in the sense for us who are Christians. I don't think because whatever someone's sexual preference is, or whatever someone's sexual identity is, will ever stop God from using them, will ever stop God from operating in their life, or from God blessing them, or for God doing anything to them. And so I think what we have created, each of us, regardless of who we are or where we grew up, is influenced by the factors basically that we surround ourselves. So for some of us who grew up in Pentecostal churches, or in other church where they literally frown upon sexuality. You don't talk about sex in church. You don't talk about anything related to sex in church. There is this line of demarcation when it comes to sexuality and spirituality. Like, if you're in church and you're fornicating, you done lost God. God not going to bless you. God not going to come with you. That you lost the spirit. And I think that is wrong. I think, like the Bible says, that God is no respecter of person. He can use anyone. I think it's the fact that he chooses what vessel he wants to go in. And I think for me, it's simple as that. God chooses what vessel he wants to go in. God chose Mary. Mary was a virgin, and God chose her. There are so many other people we know who have been promiscuous in their lives that God still used. We remember the story of Jimmy Swagger. We remember the story of Bishop Eddie Long. We know the story of Bishop Bryant here in Baltimore and Maryland, and all the things have done. His life has been publicized on national TV. But can you say that because of these things that he's done, or because of these things, God is not his spiritual life? Like, no. You can tell God who he is supposed to operate through. You can tell God what vessel he's supposed to operate through. Because for my little Bible knowledge, and for my little understanding of who God is to me, he loves whomever, despite whatever that person is doing. As him not being a respecter of person, that means he doesn't care who you are, and what you do, he is still going to be there for you. He is still going to provide. He is still going to love you. He still loves you. So I think we need to understand that sexuality and spirituality intertwines. I don't think you can do without the other. I don't think you can do without the other. And I say that to say it's like the world, the world that we live in often sees these powerful forces as, as something that, oh my God, we can't talk about sex in church. Oh my God, we can't do this. Oh my God, we can't do that. We're talking about spirit. Oh, you can't talk about that, we in the church. Or even to I have couples on the show that talked about, when people are in church, and they're so the spirituality is so to another level where one partner cannot have sex because he's fasting, or because there's a ministration that about to be had and stuff like that. And so they literally put their personal, like, that's how I would look at it. Like, they put these limits when it comes to sexuality and spirituality, and which I think is extremely, extremely difficult. It's extremely bad. It's something that does not need to be had. And while looking at sexuality and spirituality, we realize something. Something recently happened in Liberia. And I am from Liberia, for you guys who don't know, you're watching. Something happened recently in Liberia. And I really want to touch on it a little bit. I don't want to go too much deep into it. But something happened in Liberia. There is this young gentleman who is called, I believe, Nushi Michael. A couple of months ago, I would say between COVID, this picture, the picture where you see he's like, there's a picture of him in makeup, and there's another picture of him where he's not in makeup. That picture went viral. There was a video where this lady was insulting him and all that kind of stuff. You can see he lost his school. He couldn't go to school. He was kicked out of school because he was caught dressing, like they would say in Liberia, dressing like a woman. But Friday he was caught in drag. For us in America, we understand the term, and I think in the other Western world, he was caught in drag. And so, and then it was a big deal. It was a big thing, and everybody was talking about it, and he was ridiculed. He was kicked out of school. His life literally, shambled. But the internet. And what the internet did was the internet probably boosted him up, because he was then offered opportunities to start doing plays. So you can see him on the other side where he's in that burgundy dress, where he's doing the skit with this other comedian, Angel Michael, and they were doing the skit. But recently, he, I believe, went to church and became born again Christian. He baptized and became born again, and now he's a minister at church. And people's questions are, is this real? I was skeptical. I think I was skeptical because there are a lot of people who don't understand sexuality. People don't understand sexual preference and sexual identity. They're different. Someone's sexual identity is who they are. Someone's sexual preference is who they decide to be sexually active with. That is their preference of who they're going to be sexually active with. And so we create these scenarios and spaces where we don't understand the meaning of sexuality. So this kid who was in drag, because he was in drag and not doing comedy, he was labeled as being gay, as homosexual. Well, he has come on multiple platforms and said that he wasn't gay. He has no relationship, he has no attraction to same sex. He just loved to cross-dress. Someone like Dennis Rodman. There are multiple people that we know who that's their thing. Even though we know people who are gay and who cross-dresses at the same time, but there are also straight people like the comedians in Liberia who dresses in drag. You have Mama Liberia, you have I think Angel Michael there, sometimes he does it too. There are so many other people. There is this, I believe there is this one, I forgot his name, I think it's Aunt something, where he dresses as well in drag. So there are so many other people, but I feel the issue with this kid was he was wearing drag but not providing comedy. So everybody had an issue with it. When he started to do comedy, then it was funny. It was okay. Now he's became born again. People are saying, "Oh, it's like this whole speculations now." Like, okay, so he's turned from his wicked ways and he's no more gay and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, he said it months ago. He told everybody he was never attracted to the same sex, which makes him. He was never attracted to the same sex. He was attracted to women. He's been attracted to women, and that's what it's been. And so now that when we look at sexuality and spirituality, people now are questioning his spirituality. So they are questioning his spirituality because guess what? They don't understand what his sexuality is. So they constantly believe that if this man who has not given his life to Christ and is a minister of the gospel, he's given up cross-dressing or whatever he's given up. So now they're agreeing with him now in this stance that this is his sexuality. That is the problem. And so I feel it's like, sexuality and spirituality is a conversation that needs to be had. I think it's extremely important that we do talk about it, but we also need to understand how people's lives evolve. And I think we're in a place now where it's 2022 and everybody are finding themselves. He's a kid. What happens if 4 years from now, he start to go back and wear women clothes and cross dresses? What we're gonna say? Oh, he backsliding. He's not spiritual as we. No. 2023. Thank you. In 2023, what are we gonna say? Oh, he's backsliding because he wearing woman clothes again, so he's backsliding. You can't do that. People need to understand sexuality and spirituality. People need to understand that someone's personal relationship with their higher power and their God is their business. And so I just wanted us to, talk about this. And, if you guys have comments, you have concerns, we can talk about it earlier. We can go deep into it. But, today was a variety show. And so I just wanted to bring different things in it. But again, if you aren't watching us, we're asking you to please go to The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated on Facebook, on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. We're also on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify as well. The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. If you aren't getting into it, we have mugs. We have mugs that are still available. They are $19.99, but that includes shipping and handling. We will get it out to you. So the next shipping is going to be on Saturday morning. So please, if you want it, you can DM us on Instagram, which is Opinionated Podcast. You can go to our Facebook and send us a message. You can also send an email to e.jcollections@gmail.com. And so, there's so many, and so many things have been happening. And so recently, I think something that happened, it happened yesterday. And so what happened yesterday was, one of another host of another show, Stanton Witherspoon, was indicted. He wasn't arrested, but he was indicted, meaning it was brought to light. There was a press conference. If you've been on our Facebook page, there is a video of the press conference with the district attorney of Pennsylvania, the police director, and a couple of people from the nursing board that did a full, transparent press conference, and they took questions that is relating to this case. Mr. Witherspoon, a couple of other people, I believe the other gentleman is called Alfred Sule, and another lady is called Renee Balain. I can't pronounce her last name, but according to them, to the United States Department of Justice, these three individuals are connected to another individual called Unit Sanon, who owns Siena College of Health. So Mr. Witherspoon is the executive director or the CEO, the founder of Nursing Education Resource Center. He's a Liberian, and he's also the CEO of Spoon TV. It's a radio station, I believe it's a TV station. They have a podcast as well, a show that goes live. I don't know, I can't remember the time. So Mr. Witherspoon, Mr. Sule, Alfred Sule, and I'm not mistaken, I believe Alfred Sule is Sierra Leonean, and Miss Brenda Renee Burnell. I've got to get her real. Let me pronounce her name because I'm not pronouncing the name properly, and I want to make sure that I give the right enunciation. So her name is. So it is. So again, so like we said, it's Stanton Witherspoon, Alfred Silu, and Renee Bernardell. They are charged allegedly with conspiring to commit wire fraud, basically because they were sending money back and forth. Because of course, with the Siena College is College of Health Sciences. They have different healthcare classes that they do, and then Mr. Witherspoon program, his business, I would consider it to be, is Nursing Education Resource Center. The Nursing Education Resource Center basically is an entity that connects prospective healthcare workers, nurses, med tech, substance abuse specialists, anyone who's in the healthcare field, apart from being a physician, to schools. And so for a couple of years, what they were doing was they were connecting these individuals who wanted to be nurses to Siena College of Health Science. Now, Siena College of Health Science is accredited in Florida. Siena College of Health Science, it states, this is what they have. You can complete a BSc, you can complete a registered nurse course with 120 credits within 52 weeks. With that, you can get a diploma and you can go sit for your board exam. Mr. Witherspoon and Company, well, I won't say Mr. Witherspoon and Company, I want to speak of the company. The company which is called Nursing Education Resource Center was providing students, transferring students over to Siena College, where students can go get their education. And of course, Nursing Education Resource Center will get paid for that. So that's what they were doing. Just to come and find out that Siena College and the Nursing Education Resource Center was giving out fake diplomas for people to go and sit for the NCLEX to become a registered nurse. That's where it gets really, really serious. And I want you guys to pay attention to this. You have an accredited university. It's accredited in Florida, so that's fine. They have their accreditation, so they can do that. Partnering with another, what I will call them, I would say more like a resource center. So I used to work at this place back in the day where people can come and look for a job and get help. So I think that's what it is. Somebody go there. It's like a career center. I want to be a nurse. Can you direct me to a school where I can get this tuition, where I can get school from, and then they go to Siena. What I'm trying to understand is that the Nursing Education Resource Center is in Newport, Delaware. Siena College of Health Sciences was in Florida. It's in Florida. I don't know how those students were doing. I don't know if they were traveling to Florida to go to school, whatever they were doing. That's a whole different can of worm. But of course, the feds has been watching them, and of course, they cracked the whip them on yesterday. There are 27 of them, including Mr. Witherspoon, including Mr. Sule, and this lady, Renee, plus Unit Sanan, who is the owner of Siena College of Nursing. They were giving out fraudulent diplomas and transcripts for people to go and sit for the NCLEX. Basically, that's what it was. Now, There are conflicting stories where people feel that it's it's alleged, and that's what we need to understand. And I want to use the word alleged. In a court of law, everybody is innocent until they can be proven guilty. Mr. Witherspoon and et al. Are all, except for one person. There is one person who has taken a guilty plea. And so that person who has taken a guilty plea, I think there's going to be some news he's going to pull out, because the whip came out, the indictment came out yesterday. The guy already gave a guilty plea. He's spilling out the tea. He is literally spilling out the tea. And the tea that he's spilling is going to come out, because what's going to happen is it's going to be bad. I can tell you guys, it's going to be bad. There are, I don't know, hundreds of nurses who have received diploma from that school, who are going to take the NCLEX. They have passed. They're working in people's hospitals, in people's nursing homes, wherever they are. That's liability to these hospitals. God forbid a patient died under one of their watch, and it was natural cause. People come and start suing these hospitals. Siena College and the Nursing Education Resource Center, plus the NCLEX Board of Nursing, it's coming down. I'm just saying, it's going to be raining, because you need to understand. So I'm in healthcare. I have had the opportunity to work directly with residents. That's spent 4 years in residency. They go off, they might do a fellowship for another 2 years. I have worked with nurses, student nurses, regular nurses. I've worked with LPNs. I have worked with registered nurses who are RNs. I have worked with certified nurses assistant who are CNAs, all of them. Their medical knowledge is not a joke. And if there is a nurse that is watching, if you want to come on, you want to join us, you want to talk, whatever you want to do, you can come here, we can do this. But I tell you, you have to have a certain level of medical knowledge for a nurse. Most often you hear this, people say this, nurses know more than doctors. And that's because nurses are the clinician. They are there with the patients. They see patients all regularly. They spend more time with the patients. So if you have people who saw these, who went to the NCLEX, they took the nursing board exams, they passed these board exams, and now they're working in hospitals or wherever they're working, that is liability for these hospitals. That is liability for all. Like, this stuff is not, and that's the thing I don't like about Liberian people, because I think Liberian people they're in this little vacuum box. They're in this box where they don't understand the consequences of their actions. And I would say that because Mr. Witherspoon today was on his show, and he basically, he gave the thing that everybody gave. When you're going to court, you say, I leave it to the legal system. Let the legal system do what to do. I have my lawyers and my team is going to do what it's stuff. Sir, for the Department of Justice to crack down a whip on you, that means they have evidence. They have concrete evidence. Now, there is a possibility where Mr. Witherspoon wasn't aware of the situation that happens after he referred these nurses to Siena College. It's a possibility. It's a great possibility where these people, he referred them over, he get his money from Siena. I refer 3 people, I get my $5,000, he gave $5,000, he refer the people, that's it. They might have a quota every 6 months. We need 25 people. He find 25 people. He give it to them. And these things work where you have 25 people. Those 25 people have to enroll into the program. And they might have these things, so they got to be enrolled into the program, be there for a certain kind of time. Who knows? Maybe he did his job. He found the people who wanted to be nurses that went into Siena College, and his business is done. That could be it. But the fact that these people were referred by him, there are email trails, there is wire trail. That's why they say wire fraud, because there are money going back and forth between both of these companies. And so He's tied into it. But there could be instances where he has no idea what happened after he referred the people to Sienna. Now let's go to Mr. Sule or Sula. Who are these individuals? How are they? Because if you go to the Resource Center's website, Mr. Witherspoon is the only person there. You go to Sienna, but they don't even have instructors, a faculty page or anything. It's just like a little one pager. You click about us to tell you, but that's it. And so people aren't, and this is what I say. I don't understand why Liberians, and I would say it this way because I'm a Liberian, and I think sometimes we in this cocoon. It's that we feel that, oh, but the man do nothing. What did the man do? The man what's going on? It's not even the man is innocent until proven guilty. But this is what you guys don't understand. I don't care how innocent you are. The United States government versus Stanton Witherspoon et al. They didn't put the United States government versus Siena College. They didn't put the United States government versus the Nursing Education Resource Center. They say United States government, U.S. versus Witherspoon et al. That means he is the leader in the ring in that whole conglomeration. He is the godfather. Basically, what I was saying, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's fraudulent. It's a Ponzi scheme, and he is the godfather in that Ponzi scheme. And so when we get to the godfather, everybody else will fall into place. He's home. Yes, he's home. We don't know if he posts bail. We don't know what the bail was. We don't know what it is. We don't know when they're going to go to court. But I tell you, unless people start snitching and taking settlements and plead guilty and go to jail, probably some jail time. That's the thing with probably a couple of jail times. He probably have no other record. If he has no other record, he'd be good, and that's what it is. But this negative thing is now on your head. Anywhere Mr. Witherspoon go in this country to look for a job, when they put his name in Google, it will come that this case will come out. Even if he's found innocent, the fact that the U.S. government was investigating him is a red flag for employers. Those are the things you guys don't understand. When Liberian people looking at certain things, this man's life literally is about to be shattered. His kids are going to be, I don't know if he have children. Parents talk. If their friends might hear this in school, the kids might go to school. They might be bullied. They might be ridiculed for their parents. His wife going to the Liberian community, going to places where Liberian people see her, other nationalities see her. They might say something to her. There are so many other things that happen outside of this thing that we don't understand. And so we just talk and say, oh man, no. His life has literally turned upside down. Mortgage companies, car places, wherever he go, and he put his name down, and they do a search on him, this is going to come out. He is labeled in this country as fraudulent. Yeah, it's innocent and proven guilty. Yes, we agree. That's it. But his life has literally turned upside down. And for people who don't know the legal system in America, you need to understand it. Okay? Yes. First of all, he probably on a flight risk because it's money laundering. So they probably not take a passport. He can't go nowhere. He has a lawyer. There are fines that he's going to pay. If they find all that money that were taken from people, that's another thing I need to understand. We don't even know whether these people were paying him to get into the program and then paying Siena College to go to school. Another thing is, if Siena College was accepting federal grant and accepting federal money for these people to go to school, that's a whole different ball game. Apart from itself, if people are getting financial aid to go to that school, if people are doing, we don't even want to go through that because there are federal programs that can pay for LPN and CNA license. I know that because I worked in that environment before. I worked in career development. There are programs through workforce development, I can pay for that. If you're connected with those programs, they pay them directly. They can say, okay, this semester, this cycle, the cohort, the government is going to pay for 5 people. 5 people apply for the program and they get in, they reach eligibility through the government. The government pays for that. Now, you need sign on. If that is happening to your school, you have to pay them back their money. You have to pay. And those students, they have interest. Okay. So these are all the things. These are just some of the things that come down. Let's not talk about his family. Let's not talk about his siblings, his mom, his dad, his brother. Like, this thing goes deeper than what his son might go one day. Oh, what's your name? He called her name. Oh, and I part that town and where he was. Yeah, him. How your part doing? And they'll act like they're concerned, and they'll all of them be pushing them up. They know how we act in the African community. So this is what I'm saying. This is a lot. And for people, for us who are commenting on social media and was saying all these things, and they may God bless him, and let God be with. Yes, I agree. I think at this point of time in his life, he needs all the prayers that he can get, because this is serious. This is not a joke. And as we talk about how this is not a joke, he put out a statement today, and I'm going to go for it. Somebody did send it to me. He put out a statement today. I don't know if it was before the show or after the show, but he put a statement out today, basically stating that, hey, it's an open investigation. The government is doing their stuff. He's doing his stuff. Of course, he can't say anything because it's legal. It's a legal matter. It's a federal case. So he's going to federal court. This is serious. And so if they do, if we are indicted and, there is jail time, I believe there's jail time with this. But anyway, he writes, my fellow Liberians, with a very heavy heart, I bring you greetings today. Despite all we have heard about my challenges, I feel a sense of obligation to address you all today. However, I certainly hope that we can all appreciate that I am restricted from going into additional details beyond this. For now, on the express advice and instructions of my legal team. While I'm very aware of your desire to get even more details on these charges, I can only appeal to you all to let the investigation and legal process play out. While temptation pushes me to address this matter in far more detail, I have to abide by my legal team instructions. Like a patient following a doctor's orders, it is my legal team work in this matter that will bring the best legal resolution. The fact that you put a healthcare thing in here even make your whole situation worse. It is my legal team and not even myself personally who is in direct, regular contact with the investigating authorities. And it is their advice that guides me in addressing it. My friends and fellow Liberians, to those of you who out of humanity, decency, and sheer kindness, whether you vehemently disagree with me or not, have reached out with messages of encouragement, publicly rejecting the condemnation, or just remembered me and my family in your prayers. I thank God for the better angels that you are and wish you all well. I want to ask for your continued prayers and encouragement for my family and me. At the appropriate time, I hope that the full facts will provide the necessary clarity on this matter. Going forward, in this very pivotal election season, Spoon TV, his company, will continue its commitment to keep the Liberian people informed globally and provide education leading up to the presidential and general elections. Our commitment to our people does not take a backseat to our trials and challenges. There is a greater being who orders our paths and steps, certainly mine. I thank you. And according to sources, Mr. Witherspoon sent this in today. Bruh, I know what to say. Bruh. I don't know what to say. What? Put out a statement. You have a platform, Spoon TV. Put out a statement. You say what you have to say. Yes, you can't say too much because it is a federal case. It is a federal case that's going to be judged by a federal judge. You are going against the United States of America that have all the resources that will not put out an indictment or put out a case without having their facts, especially when it comes to something like this. And being that the quality of healthcare in this country is extremely important, those are one of the issues, the marginalization when it comes to receiving quality care, the marginalization when it comes to just the racial discrepancy and all this stuff that come into healthcare. And then we have Black people, I would say this, Black people who are supposed to doing the right thing and now they're allegedly charged with fraudulent behavior in providing incompetent healthcare professionals to work on us. And we are here not reading and not comprehending the effects of these things. But again, it is what it is. I think the facts will come out. Mr. Witherspoon and your family, I really, your wife and your son, I believe you have a son, your wife, your son, your family. I feel for them. I'm glad that you have a team. I'm glad that you have a legal team that is educating and telling you, yes, no comments. No comment at all. You can't comment on this. Because anything you say will be used against you. Even that letter, that statement that you put out, it will be read in quotes as some exhibits. Let me just let you know that. Your video today on Spoon TV when you're with your team will be used as an exhibit. So right now, your entire life is being scrutinized. They're going to dissect, cut, and clean you every personal statement, every bank account, every money that you sent to Liberia, every money that came back to you. They are going to go into everything in your personal life. Your personal life now becomes public and becomes the property of those district attorney that has been assigned to this case. I say good luck. I wish you all the best. And I hope that from this, a lot of us can learn to understand certain things. Again, this was The Conversation, Outspoken Opinionated. I am your host, Edwin Maya. If you aren't following us, hi, Auntie Kimmy, how are you? You should go to Facebook, The Conversation Outspoken Opinionated. You can go to Instagram, The Outspoken Opinionated Podcast. You can go to Spotify and listen to this. You can go to Apple Podcasts as well and listen to us. We are here every Thursday from 7 to 8. It has been an amazing day, and I hope you guys are having a good time. And I am literally going to be out of here because brother got things to do. And so, to our supporters, again, we do have the mugs. If you want a mug, please reach out to us. I don't think we have any more burgundy. We have black, we have orange, we have navy blue, and we have light blue. Again, they are all $19.99. That includes handling and shipping. If you can DM us on Facebook, you can message us on Facebook, DM us on Instagram, or you can send email to dotjcollections@gmail.com. And let us know what you want. We'll give you the directions on how to make your payment. But until then, you all have an amazing week. And I see you next week. Goodbye.